Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing the introduction to piecewise functions. So we're supposed to analyze the piecewise function and then answer each question. So the graph represents a function because any vertical line drawn on the graph passes through how many points? It should only pass through 1 point. So if you were to draw a vertical line right here, it should only pass through 1 point. Piecewise function can be represented by only two, no more than three, or an infinite number of functions. The answer is an infinite number of functions. The domain of the piecewise function in the problem situation is all real numbers from 0 to 32, 0 to 36, or 0 to 60. Answer is 0 to 32 because the x value goes from 0 to 32. The function divided into So the function is divided into three different domains for each piece of the function because there's one part here, two parts here, and three parts here. The first piece of the function has a domain 0 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 7.5 because the bathtub is full when either f times 0 equals 0, f times 7.5 equals 60, or f times 60 equals 7.5. The answer is f times 7.5 in parentheses equals 60. The horizontal line for the second piece of the function goes from 7.5 comma 60 to, so from 7.5 here The answer to the horizontal line for the second piece of the function goes from 7.5 times 60 to 20.60. So it takes how many minutes? So from 20 to 32. So it would take 12 minutes. Because 32 minus 12 equals 10. Or 32 minus 20 equals 12. And then you're ready to move on to the next problem. I hope you guys can hear me. Identifying graphs of piecewise functions from a problem. Analyze the worked example and then drag each sketch of a piecewise function to show which problem situation it could represent. Ravi runs at a constant rate for a mile, then walks in the same direction at a slower rate for another mile before running again the whole way home. So if we know that he's running, so he runs for a mile, he's going up, and then we have a gradual. I think that this one goes over here because he's running really fast and then he's walking, so it's not as steep of a slope, and then he runs home. And that was the correct answer. So then Taylor paints 6 toys an hour in the morning before taking a lunch break for an hour. Then she paints 4 toys in the afternoon. So we know that it's only going to have about 2 parts. Or 3 parts actually, because she takes a lunch break. So she paints 6 toys, which would be going up. Then she takes a break, which would be right here. And then she paints 4 toys. So I believe that this one is the correct answer. Then the next situation is Victor spends $3 of his savings each day. Then he saves $3 a day for a few days before spending his total savings at a constant rate. So he spends, so we know that it's going to go down. So he spends, and then it said he saved, and then he spent again. So he went down, then he went up a little bit, and then he went down. So I believe that this is the correct answer. And the last situation obviously goes with the last one, but I'll explain it once I put it down in there. So a glass full of water is knocked over and half emptied. After a few minutes, the glass is carried to the sink and refilled at a constant rate. So it goes down because it's filled, and it stays the same for a little bit, because after a few minutes, and then it goes back to the sink and gets refilled. So I hope this helped you get through 2 out of your 3 problems in Introduction to Piecewise Functions.